So I just want to get some basic facts to start off with. It's my understanding the house fire took place on Sunday morning, right? Do you remember about what time?
I woke up, looked at my phone. It was about a minute before 5.
Okay. And what do you remember from that moment?
I was sleeping on the couch that night. I had a friend over who was staying in my room, and the dogs woke me up. So I sat up kind of dazed and just saw a red glow. I thought there might be an ambulance or something outside. So I came around into the entryway and first looked out the front door and saw the red, but didn't see a figure, so kind of confused. It's early in the morning. There were stained glass windows up above that on the second floor. Looked up and just saw a wall of flames. Ran up the stairs shouting. Woke my friend up. She grabbed a couple of the dogs and ran down the stairs. I had a roommate, and he woke up, opened the door, saw the flames, closed the door to find his phone and call 911. So I came back downstairs, barely made it down the stairs, and the stained glass windows burst in. And so, the steps had glass and fire and everything on them. Came outside thinking I could grab a hose, put it out. Of course, you get out here and realize the magnitude. That's obviously not an option.
When you walked outside and then looked back at the house, what did you see?
There was a beautiful wraparound front porch, a balcony above that, and it had all just caved in. The 2 bedrooms in the front, just flames. Of course, then you realize, that sinks in the severity of it, and I knew I had a potbelly pig. She slept in my bed with me. She went everywhere with me, walked on a leash. We took her to all the horse shows and everything. She was in my bedroom. So run back in the back way and the stairs. There's no way to get up there. My friend was still trying. I work at a vet clinic. I have a bunch of dogs. Well, I had, I guess, one less now at this moment. But she went in and found another one standing in the kitchen and got him out. And that's when we heard my roommate shouting from the back side of the house. Came around back and he was hanging out the window, and just behind him in the window you see smoke and flames. And thankfully there was a ladder leaning up against the back of the house just waiting. So grabbed it and got him out. All of that happened. We were standing over there with the dogs that we could find at 5:05.
That was all in 5 minutes.
He made the phone call, I guess, about 5:02. By 5:09, I had called my mom and told her my truck's on fire, the house is gone. I only have a couple of the dogs. So 5 minutes, and it was nothing.
What do you remember thinking when you spoke to your mom?
She could probably tell you better than I could. It was a blur for a long time. I was pretty numb right then. I mean, the animals, the pig, that was definitely at the forefront of my mind right then. And the fire trucks got here, maybe 10, 15 minutes. They got here fast, and they did what they could. And of course, I think the whole driveway was lined with them, and they were parked over here. I know, reading the articles, a ton of them showed up. But yeah, it was pretty much just contain it, which I'm thankful for, because I've got that barn over there that has animals in it, and I'm just holding my breath, hoping it doesn't spread. Definitely a blur.
Is it still a blur?
Kind of. I think every day more of it comes back. Red Cross showed up. You always hear about them, but you don't really understand just what they do, how amazing they are. We didn't have to call them. The fire department took care of that for us. And I had nothing but shorts and a t-shirt, so it's really cold, and they brought socks and sweatpants, and that was amazing.
So nobody was injured?
No, we've all got scrapes and things like that, but that's it. It's very fortunate, as fast as it happened.
So, can you tell me a little bit about the dog that's missing?
I found her in the driveway probably 2 months ago, and I posted her picture everywhere, and we called around and everything, and nobody ever claimed her. And I've kind of got a bleeding heart, so what's one more? So I kept her. She's a little black chihuahua mix, kind of wiry hair. And the last I remember was waking up with her. She always slept like right on my head on the pillow. And that is all I remember in those next few minutes. So we don't know. But she's very skittish. So my concern is even if someone sees her, it's going to be real, especially men. It's going to be hard to get her to come over to them. And this, if she did make it out, I could see her just running, running and running.
So, with that in mind, it's hard to tell, I guess, if she did, or is there?
It started, yeah. We don't know.
Okay. Where have you guys looked so far?
I've been so fortunate since then. Strangers have come up and gotten her picture, sent it to them, and I've seen it. I've gotten on Facebook and seen people I've never met sharing her photo. I've called a couple of the clinics, the shelters around here, and I don't even have to say anything about her. I lost my dog on Sunday in a fire, and their response is the black chihuahua. Yep. So, seems like everybody's looking. Just nothing yet.
And what do you think about having those eyes out there for her?
It's amazing. It's hard to feel sorry for yourself when so many people are working so hard to make you feel better, to make it right. My friends, my family, of course, they're doing incredible things. I work at the vet clinic in Plano, and they are organizing a dog wash and bake sale, and the strangers, it's unbelievable. People that I don't even know how I'll ever thank, because never met them, probably never will. But
so the dog, did it wake you up on Sunday? And what's the dog's name?
Her name's Rosie.
Rosie.
One of them did. I can't say for sure which one. She was the one right next to me. I don't know for sure which dog. The rest of them, thankfully, we found 2 of them. Got 4 up there. 2 of them were missing for about 5 hours that morning and finally came back.
Wow.
So, trying to stay optimistic that she went off with them and just was too scared to come back.
Have you guys checked the trees in the back?
We've walked around a little bit. Calling every day, but nothing yet.
Now, what do you think would have happened had those dogs not barked Sunday night or Sunday morning?
The smoke alarms went off when it was too late, when there was no access, for anybody upstairs to get down. So, yeah, without the dogs, I don't think that all of us would have gotten out.
So, for those that can help at the moment, what is it you're needing? How can they help you?
Even just thinking of us is more than I can ask of people that I don't know. It's hard to ask for help. It's hard to accept help even from my family. But, anything is amazing right now.
And how long have you lived in the area?
I've been in this house for just over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely loved it. It was my dream house. It was beautiful. I've been in Texas for about 7 years. But I was up in Plano and hadn't even considered moving down here until I saw this house. And I had to.
And have the firefighters determined the cause of the fire yet?
Uh, it's hard to tell. They said with obviously being what it is, but electrical is what we're hearing more than anything, more than likely.
And if you don't mind me asking, who are you staying with at the moment?
Right now we're in hotels. My dad is in Michigan, and we'll be driving a motor home down here hopefully next week that I'll stay in, so that I can be with all the other animals.
And how many animals do you have total?
Oh gosh, well, we've got the 4 dogs, chickens, goats, horses. There's a farm.
What makes you such an animal lover?
I always have been. I don't know. I don't know. They're just, that unconditional love, and I mean, that morning, I don't know what I would have done. Obviously, aside from just, saving our lives, sitting there, watching everything, I have, of course, all the irreplaceable items, blankets that my grandmother made me, and she's passed away, and silly things like that. But that's what really, more than anything monetary, the things with sentimental value. So sitting there thinking about all of that, but I've got, one dog here and one dog here, and just part of it just makes you feel better in some way.
And so what makes Rosie unique? What makes Rosie special?
She, presumably a stray, immediately so bonded with me. More than anybody else, so loyal to me. Everywhere we went here, doing all the chores every morning, she was right there. I never had to check. Like I said, slept right just as close as she could. If I would let her sleep across my face, she probably would have. She could never be close enough to me. Just a really good dog. Just fit right in right away.
And how long are you guys thinking the cleanup process will take? I mean, that's a lot to ask about. It's hardly been a week. You guys are just starting.
Yeah. This is the first day that we're really picking through it. I've been reluctant, I guess. I don't even know if that's something people reasonably do. It's a lot of work for probably just a few items, but I had a friend sifting through it. There was a roommate that wasn't home, but who lost everything here. And she was just kind of sifting through it yesterday and found her grandmother's necklace, which is amazing. My truck, which is gone now, but it burnt, and I've got photos of it, but the whole thing burnt. I mean, the metal, the tires, everything was gone. There was a paper Bible in my console, though, and it is still, I've got it still, every page. It's incredible.
Wow. That is incredible.
There was a truck parked on the other side of this driveway that had the whole side of it melted, but it was unbelievable. So those little things kind of encourage me to dig through it, but I don't know how long that takes, or
right.
at least a little bit first, and then I don't know where you go from there. I don't know.
One day at a time.
Yeah, clearing it out, rebuilding. I don't know how long that takes.
So if people, for whatever reason, may spot Rosie, what's the best way for them to reach you?
I've got my Facebook. I have a couple of friends. One of the vets at my clinic has been posting her number around also, just because my phone is pretty much nonstop. So to try to field some of that on my behalf, she has been giving her number out too. So yeah, I can give a phone number or two to call.
And how do you spell Rosie's name?
Rosie.
And I know it's something you may not want to think about, but there's a small chance that she might not come back. What do you have to say to that?
I would say it's being honest with myself. It's probably more than a small chance. It would, knowing that I absolutely lost one pet without a doubt, I envision what it would be like seeing her again. It'd make everything seem so much easier. But I'm trying to prepare myself for the fact that there's, the odds. And then it's hard not to blame yourself to some extent, It happened so fast, but why didn't I look for this one? Why didn't I grab that one? Why did I come out here for a garden hose and put it out instead, But
How do you handle those thoughts?
Everybody just keeps reminding me, you can't blame yourself. You got out, and there's no telling what would have happened if you'd done any one of those other things, or if the other people, Jack especially, getting the ladder for him, and obviously, that is the most important thing. I think it just takes time to really let that sink in.